As we come on air, a live look across North Texas. The radar getting active this midday with rain and our cold front moving in, and we could see some severe weather today too. Thanks for joining us this midday. I'm Tiffany Liu here with meteorologist Colin Myers, and you told me outside's not quite rainy yet.
Not quite right here in the Metroplex. Some of our northern counties, and we're watching how this trend is evolving. Let me show you right now what's out there. Again, Rockwall, look at this. The trend tower camera looks great. And so we see spots out ahead of the front kind of warming up, and that may be the focal point in the middle part of the day here through the next few hours where we could see a strong storm or two. But right now, still seeing some sunshine here from our Rockwall trend tower camera. And the gusts still out of the south, winds out of the south 20 to 30. That tells me you're still getting that warm air. You're still humid, 84. But to our north, we're starting to see storms gather along the front. So let's take to radar now. A lot of lightning in these. These are very convectively active, but they're not severe. These are staying sub-severe. One of the good things in this is that the front is coming through quickly, and so are the storms. So because this is happening before the afternoon, you haven't hit peak heating of the day. So we're starting to see storms line up. This is the front. It's a little more what we call meridional or south to north oriented here instead of being more west to east. So as that kind of moves south and east, it will still include parts of the Metroplex over the next few hours that we'll have to watch. All in all, though, these storms up here, the main threat that we will transition to looks like heavy rainfall. So a flash flood warning for just Cook and Grayson. This is north of Collin and Denton counties. We're talking Sherman, back just east of Gainesville along the 377 corridor. Some of these storms are kind of proliferating right along that front, okay? But right now, still seeing activity pretty quiet in the Metroplex. Couple showers and weak storms have formed up near McKinney and Central Expressway. We're talking Lucas, Lowry Crossing, Princeton, Farmersville. Some of these active lightning. Don't be shocked when you see that. Right now, we have no severe alerts, though, apart from that flash flood warning. Still watching a pocket of storms in the warmer air, the warm sector, we call it, the warm air environment to our south. These are being pulled to the north. Coming up, we'll run through Timecast what I think is going to happen here. The good news for us, beneficial rainfall more on the way. Let's see how the traffic looks. Erica?
Pretty quiet out here right now, Colin. No complaints from me this midday at 11:02. Right now, we're getting you started with a live look from TxDOT. This is I-20 and the Dallas-Tarrant County line. No issues, no delays out here. As far as what we're seeing on the map, we are quiet as far as road problems are concerned. A lot of green out here. We do have the radar turned on just so you can see where some of those sprinkles are that Colin was talking about. Of course, as the day continues and that rain picks up later, that afternoon commute could be messy. But for now, if you need to head out and run any errands this midday, it's a great time to do so. No issues on our main roadways across Tarrant County. Couple slow spots in Denton County right now. Our TxDOT cameras are down outside of the one I just showed you, so I'm not able to check on any other visuals, but we do have a 35W delay out this way in Denton County, and looks like on 35E through Louisville, a little bit of a slow spot as well. Collin County roadways all green out here. No issues on 75 or through 80 through the McKinney area. Rockwall County was relatively quiet for the morning drive and the midday drive. We're seeing the same thing. Roy City into Fate into Rockwall, headed in toward Dallas County. No problems to report out there. And our Kaufman County roadways not giving us any trouble as you plan to head out the door on 175, 20 or 80. No slowdowns to report. Tiffany.
All right, no problems, at least not yet. We are also monitoring the airports for you. DFW there on your left, Love Field on the right. We checked just a minute ago and there are no major delays, but of course we're going to continue to monitor that for you throughout this newscast and throughout the afternoon. A live look here at the city of Dallas as transportation leaders are meeting right now to discuss a proposal that would impact traffic around downtown and Oak Cliff. The city initially planned to change the traffic flow on South Houston Street and the Jefferson Boulevard viaducts, but they got backlash from residents. Now a new proposal would keep traffic going and add a connector for drivers to get downtown. That meeting is underway and we'll have details on our evening newscast. Happening tonight, the Fort Worth ISD School Board will meet for one final board meeting before kids start summer break. Their last day of school is Thursday, and tonight's meeting comes after a big year of change. Chris Sadeghi explains.
The year of the TEA takeover is coming to a close here for Fort Worth schools, but still some big decisions for the Board of Managers to make at tonight's meeting. One of those is a decision on the appointed superintendent's contract. Dr. Peter Licata is 2 months into the job that he was given to get Fort Worth schools back on the right track. His current contract pays him $1,384 a day. That's the prorated amount of the previous superintendent's contract. And he's already made some significant changes in the form of staffing cuts and campus closures to save money, but also some changes to keep staff through this transition with a 5% teacher pay raise. When we spoke to him last month, Licata described it as starting from scratch. Just yesterday, he hosted a student advisory council so the students themselves could have a voice in the decisions. Tonight, we could get an idea if the Board of Managers likes the direction. Licata says even with the tumultuous takeover year, the district is still seeing interest in applicants for principal positions. And despite these staffing cuts to the bilingual and special ed programs, the district is still holding recruitment events on May 29th and June 3rd. In Fort Worth, I'm Chris Sadeghi. Now back to you.
Next year, students in Richardson ISD will find changes to how technology is used at school. In a letter to families, the superintendent says she wants to make sure technology remains a supportive tool rather than a distraction. Here are the measures that will be implemented. The district says it will clarify screen time recommendations by grade level, extend YouTube restrictions beyond elementary schools, stop using technology as a behavior incentive, increase classroom monitoring, and give teachers more guidance on how to use technology intentionally without over-relying on it. It is an unprecedented arrangement, the Justice Department announcing a more than $1.7 billion fund that will be used to pay out President Trump's allies, possibly including the January 6th rioters, all using taxpayer money. And today, the acting attorney general is on Capitol Hill defending it. ABC's Olivia Rubin reports.
Todd Blanche, the acting attorney general, on Capitol Hill today, a day after the Department of Justice announced the creation of a $1.776 billion fund to potentially pay out those who claim they were targeted by the DOJ under President Biden.
It is true that this is unusual. That is true. But it is not unprecedented, and it was done to address something that had never happened again either.
Lawmakers questioning Blanche at an unrelated hearing today. Democrats calling it a slush fund.
That is pure theft of public funds. And rewarding individuals who committed crimes is obscene.
President Trump negotiating the unprecedented settlement with his own government, sources say, agreeing to drop 2 other legal claims and a lawsuit he filed earlier this year against the IRS over his leaked tax returns years ago. In exchange, the Department of Justice creating what they call the Anti-Weaponization Fund.
This is reimbursing people that were horribly treated. It's anti-weaponization. They've been weaponized.
According to the Justice Department, Blanche, who is formerly Trump's personal attorney, would appoint a 5-person commission to hand out the money with no obligation to disclose who they give it to, including potentially those who attacked the Capitol on January 6th. But Blanche defending the arrangement.
There will be full transparency, and I commit to you that beyond the applicable laws that exist around privacy and privileges and whatnot.
And some potential fallout within the administration, too. Sources say a top lawyer at the Treasury Department resigned just hours after this fund was publicly announced. It came after he had expressed some concern internally. Olivia Rubin, ABC News, Washington.